Have you ever wondered why native speakers glide through conversations while your carefully learned phrases sometimes feel a step behind? Today, we're unlocking one of the most powerful secrets of real American English, phrasal verbs. In this second part of our journey, we won't just explain what they mean. We'll uncover how tiny particles can twist a verb's meaning, add subtle emotion, and make your speech sound effortless. You'll start hearing them everywhere, in movies, in casual chats, and in workplace meetings. Which simple verb hides three different identities? How can a single particle change politeness into persuasion? Stay tuned to find out. When it comes to mastering phrasal verbs, one of the most practical and exciting areas to start with is communication and interaction. These are the phrasal verbs that help you clearly express your ideas, persuade others, introduce topics smoothly, and handle conversations like a native speaker. Think about it. Communication is at the heart of everything we do in English, from friendly chats to professional meetings. Mastering a few of these key expressions can instantly make your speech sound more natural and confident. Take get across, for example. This isn't just to speak, it's to make sure your message truly lands in someone else's mind. When you get your point across, you're ensuring clarity and understanding. It's the difference between people nodding politely and people genuinely understanding your idea. Imagine being in a meeting and presenting a new concept. If you can get it across effectively, you're more likely to inspire agreement and action. Then there's talk into and its opposite, talk out of. These two are persuasion in action. Talk into means convincing someone to do something, often by showing them the benefits or making it sound appealing. Maybe your friend talks you into joining a weekend trip you weren't sure about. On the other hand, talk out of is steering someone away from a decision, perhaps to protect them from a bad outcome, like talking a colleague out of making a risky investment. Another powerful one is bring up. This allows you to introduce a topic into the conversation without it feeling forced. You might bring up an idea during brainstorming or bring up an issue that needs addressing. Interestingly, it also means to raise a child, which shows how flexible phrasal verbs can be. Same words, completely different contexts. And of course, you can't forget give out and put out. Give out is about distributing, papers, flyers, even energy. Put out can mean extinguishing a fire or making something public, like information or a product release. This range of meaning is what makes phrasal verbs fascinating. You can shift from a literal sense, put out the candles, to a figurative one, put out a press statement, effortlessly. Finally, simple yet powerful expressions like hold on and hang on keep conversations flowing. They help you buy time, pause politely, or ask someone to wait. Add get back to for delayed responses, and look forward to for showing enthusiasm about future events, and you've already got a toolkit of conversational connectors that make your English warm, fluent, and engaging. Mastering these first few communication-focused phrasal verbs will give you a strong, confident start. They're not just vocabulary. They're the glue that holds a natural conversation together, making every interaction smoother, more persuasive, and more enjoyable for both you and your listener. Building on the communication toolkit from Idea 1, let's move into the engine room of real-life English. Phrasal verbs for problem solving and management. If communication and interaction helps you share ideas clearly, this set helps you handle ideas, fix issues, organize chaos, and move things forward with calm, confident control. Think of it as the moment after you've got your point across. Now you need to do something with it. Idea 1 with Inturio. Start with workout, the Swiss Army knife of solutions. You can work out a disagreement. Let's work out a fair timeline. Work out a calculation. I'm trying to work out the total cost. Or even work out your body at the gym. Its power lies in the promise that problems are solvable if you engage them directly. Then tie the mess with society, then dies is about turning confusion into order. I'll sort out the schedule clashes, or we need to sort out the files into 3 folders. It pairs beautifully with communication phrasals. First, you bring up an issue, then you sort it out. Number 15. You'll constantly need to deal with, to face the task, person, or problem head-on. I'll deal with the client complaint now. It signals responsibility and composure. Notice how it keeps your tone steady, not dramatic, perfect for professional contexts. Finks talking about invignuers, spending time to see any convene. Life isn't just fixing. It's enduring and evaluating, giving time and extractions. Go through a tough time, go through a report line by line, or go through coffee like there's no tomorrow. The particle through suggests complete passage. From start to finish, no shortcuts. Thanks, talk. Recovery matters too. Get over covers bouncing back from illness, fear, or disappointment. She's getting over a bad cold. I'm working to get over stage fright. It carries a quiet optimism. There is another side. When you need creativity on demand, call come up with. It's your idea generator. Let's come up with 3 marketing angles by noon. Link it to idea 1's persuasion. You talk someone into a plan because you came up with something compelling. Thinking about to mom, to Annie for Brent, even someone out with you. You take on a project, a new role, or even a competitor. We're ready to take on the holiday campaign. It signals ownership and a bit of brave ambition. Not everything runs smoothly. Sometimes systems and people fail. Breakdown captures 3 realities. A machine breaks down, a person breaks down emotionally, and a complex task gets broken down into steps. Use that third meaning to prevent the first 2. Let means one of access with their taking on further level, in for pressure. Finally, clarity under pressure comes from make on, to perceive or understand with difficulty. I can't make out what he's saying over the music, or, from the faint outline, I can just make out the chart labels. It's a humble phrase that buys you time while maintaining accuracy. In your getting back to US to client stops and check-ins, put these together and you get a fluent, action-oriented rhythm. You bring up a concern, get it across clearly, come up with options, work out the details, sort out logistics, deal with obstacles, go through feedback, break down the plan, and take on the challenge. If idea 2 was about fixing problems with calm control, idea 3 is about how English actually flows through everyday life. The sudden twists, the small wins, the messy middles. These daily occurrence phrasal verbs help you narrate what really happens between plans and results. Start with end up, the storyteller's shortcut for surprising conclusions. We planned a quiet night and ended up dancing till midnight. It bridges intention and reality in one neat phrase. Then there's run out of, the hidden engine behind urgency. We run out of time, patience, battery, tiny shortages that reshape our choices. When that pressure builds, you may need to get away, a mental reset or a quick trip that restores your energy so you can return to tackle the plan you worked out in idea 2. Life also interrupts. Issues come up, new topics in meetings, unexpected problems in projects. Instead of panicking, you can look into them, investigate, gather facts, and connect back to your problem-solving rhythm. Once you've gathered options, you try out the best one. Test the new app, the new routine, the new script. These verbs create a loop. Come up, look into, try out that keeps momentum without drama. Of course, bodies have limits. In heat or exhaustion, someone might pass out. In classrooms or events, volunteers pass out materials. Context is everything. Meanwhile, people show up, or they don't. She showed up early, signals reliability. He never showed up, communicates a breakdown of trust without anger. After all the uncertainty, results turn out sometimes better, sometimes worse, often different. It turned out the simple idea was our strongest, a perfect bridge from experiment to insight. Sometimes life intrudes more forcefully. Thieves break into houses, ideas break into markets, artists break into the scene. The core image is entry. By force, by talent, by persistence. And after the swirl of events, we come back. To the office after a break. To a topic after we've cooled down. To a routine that keeps us steady. Notice how these verbs braid themselves into the workflow you built in idea 2. You deal with a complaint because it came up. You look into the facts, try out a fix, and see how it turns out. If you run out of time, you get away for an hour, come back, and often end up finding the solution. Here's a quick practice flow you can mirror aloud. A small issue came up this morning, so I looked into it and tried out 2 fixes. It turned out the simpler one worked best. We nearly ran out of time, but everyone showed up prepared, and we ended up finishing early. I'll come back to optimize it tomorrow. That's daily English. Lively, precise, and completely natural. Use these verbs to narrate your day, and your English will sound like real life, not a textbook. ChatGPT. If idea 3 showed how English unfolds in real life, idea 4 reveals why those tiny second words, particles, make your speech feel native. Think of particles as mood shifters and direction setters. They don't just follow verbs, they reshape them. Start with out, which often signals completion, removal, or revelation. When you work out a problem, you bring clarity out of confusion. When lights go out, they're gone. When you find out, hidden information comes out into the open. Now compare over, a particle that suggests finishing, crossing, or reviewing thoroughly. Get over an illness, cross the obstacle. Talk over an idea, discuss until it's fully covered. Go over a report, review completely. The same base verb with different particles paints different mental movies, exactly what makes phrasal verbs memorable and powerful. Consider put. Put out can mean extinguish or publish. Put off delays, we put off the meeting. While put up with endures, I can't put up with the noise. The particle does the heavy lifting. Out removes, off postpones, up with tolerates. Or take bring. Bring up introduces a topic. Idea one's conversation opener. Bring about causes change. Bring back returns something to mind. Notice the direction encoded in the particle. Up, into the conversation. About, into happening, back to memory or place. Particles also carry intensity and direction in everyday narration from idea 3. Run out of marks a hard limit. Run into someone is a chance encounter. Run over the plan is a quick review. With turn, turn out reveals results. Turn up increases presence or volume. Turn down reduces or rejects. This is why phrasal verbs feel native. They compress sequence, emotion, and intention into 2 or 3 short words. Pronunciation supercharges this. In natural speech, we usually stress the particle. Turn on the light. Look up the word. Get over it. That tiny shift in stress makes you sound instantly more authentic. Try this mini drill aloud. Work out the issue, sort out the files, get over the fear, look into the error, turn out great. Hear how the rhythm clicks? A practical way to feel particles is to build micro-contrasts with the same base verb. Try these pairs with quick, real contexts. Take off, depart. The plane takes off at noon. Take on, accept. We'll take on the new client. Take over, assume control. She will take over next month. Or with get by, survive. We can get by with 2 laptops. Get through, finish, endure. I finally got through the audit. Get around to, find time. I'll get around to it tomorrow. Link this back to your daily flow from idea 3. When a problem comes up, you look into it, try out a fix, see how it turns out, and if stress spikes, you get away briefly, come back, and work it out. Add particle awareness, and your language gains precision without extra words. You're no longer translating, you're choosing direction, finish, or force on purpose. That's the secret. Master the P. If idea 4 taught you to feel the particle, idea 5 is where you turn that feeling into fluent, automatic performance. The goal now isn't to know phrasal verbs, it's to live them in real time. Here's how to build that muscle, step by step, while keeping the particle logic front and center. First, visualize with motion. Because particles encode direction and finish, make a mini scene in your head each time you meet a verb. Work out equals, the knot loosens, and clarity moves out. Get over equals, you go over the obstacle. Run out of equals, the tank drains to 0. A 5-second mental clip beats a 5-line translation every time. Second, script micro-contrasts. Take one base verb and rotate the particles to feel the semantic click. Turn up, arrive, increase. Turn down, reject, decrease. Turn out, result. Turn over, transfer, flip. Read them in pairs out loud. Stress the particle, turn up versus turn down. Your ear will start predicting meaning from the particle's pull. Third, build a spaced verb deck. Use a flashcard app, but avoid lifeless lists. Each card should include 1. One crisp definition tied to particle logic. 2. One real sentence from your life. 3. One opposite, neighbor, e.g., talkin' to or write out of. Review in short daily bursts. If you miss a card, shrink the interval. If you ace it, let it fly farther. That timing trains long-term recall without burnout. Fourth, narrate your day with particle prompts. Choose 3 particles for the morning. Say up, out, over, and challenge yourself to use at least one phrasal verb with each before lunch. Bring up a point. Work out a snag. Go over the plan. In the evening, swap particles and repeat. This keeps practice grounded in real context, not abstract drills. Fifth, Speak in story loops that mirror real workflows. Use a repeatable chain. Come up, look into, come up with, try out, turn out, sort out, get back to. Record yourself telling a 60-second update using that loop. Then listen back and nudge the stress onto the particles. Small rhythm shifts create a big, native effect. Sixth, upgrade feedback. Ask a partner or tutor to listen for two things only. 1. Particle stress. 2. Particle choice. If you said look up when you meant look into, they simply reply into, and you restate the line. 1 correction, 1 repetition. Fast, clean, memorable. 7th, break down big emotions with small verbs. When pressure rises, lean on simple phrasal cores. Deal with act, get over recover, hang on, pause, come back, resume. These are your fluency first aid kit. They keep your flow steady while you think. Finally, measure, like a pro. Each week, log. A. New phrasal verbs added. B. Particles you used most. C. 1 misfire you corrected.